Hi, welcome to this new video. I'm taking you on a city trip again. This time we are going to explore London in 2 days. If you want to see more city traveler videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. A weekend in London is too short to discover everything, but even during a short city trip, you can discover many famous sites and places. These travel tips will help you discover London in 2 days. A tip before we start. Hotels in London are unfortunately not cheap, and because London is one of the most visited cities in the world, chances are that the nicest hotels are booked out early. Therefore, it is smart to book your hotel as early as possible to get the best price and be sure of a good hotel. Then we move on to the city trip. What to do in London? London has been one of my favorite European capitals for years. The city is very diverse and the English culture is huge fun to explore. The city is large, but also feels familiar enough to spend a few days wandering around at your leisure. Without navigation, you can find your way reasonably well and come across all kinds of sights. Tips for 2 days in London. Day plan. During my last visit to London, I stayed at the Tower Hotel, right next to the Tower Bridge and St. Catherine's Dock. So that is the starting point of this trip planning, where I give you tips on how to spend up to 2 days in London. Day 1 in London. Admire the impressive Tower Bridge and start the day with a visit to the over 900-year-old Tower of London. Tower Bridge is a Grade 1 listed combined bascule and suspension bridge in London, built between 1886 and 1894, designed by Horace Jones and engineered by John Wolfe Barry, with the help of Henry Mark Brunel. It crosses the River Thames close to the Tower of London and is one of the 5 London bridges owned and maintained by the Bridge House Estates, a charitable trust founded in 1282. The bridge was constructed to give better access to the east end of London. Market lovers cross London Bridge for a must-visit to the popular Borough Market. Location: 8 Southwark, St. Borough. Borough Market is a wholesale and retail market hall in Southwark, London, England. It is one of the largest and oldest food markets in London, with a market on the side dating back to at least 12th century. The present buildings were built in the 1850s, and today the market mainly sells specialty foods to the general public. Open daily for lunch and full market Wednesday through Saturday. For a panoramic view of London, climb the 500-plus steps of the St. Paul's Churchyard 2 bridges away. Admission costs £21 or £18 when you buy your ticket online. Explore the beautifully decorated cathedral and crypt, climbing the 3 floors and taking in panoramic views of London from the top of the dome. Cross the Millennium Bridge directly opposite St. Paul's Cathedral towards Tate Modern, Bankside. Don't forget to look back and admire the cathedral's impressive dome from a distance. Tate Modern. Tate Modern is a modern art gallery and often has special exhibitions. The museum permanent collection is free to visit, as are many other museums in London, by the way. You may have to pay an extra fee for special exhibitions, though. Walking along Bankside. Continue your walk along Bankside. Bankside is an area of London, England, within the London Borough of Southwark. Bankside is located on the southern bank of the River Thames, 1.5 miles or 2.4 kilometers east of Charing Cross, running from a little west of Blackfriars Bridge to just a short distance before London Bridge, at St. Mary Overy Dock. Should you have time and money to spare, consider a ride in the London Eye. You book a ticket online starting at £27 for a half-hour spin around. London Eye is a Ferris wheel in London. The wheel is 135 meters high, has a diameter of 120 meters, weighs 1,700 tons, and has 32 enclosed capsules. London Eye was built in 1998 and was the largest Ferris wheel in the world when it opened. Since then, some other Ferris wheels have surpassed London Eye. Visit Westminster. To visit Trafalgar Square, cross the Cross Golden Jubilee Bridge. Walk back along Victoria Embankment for a view of the famous Big Ben and Parliament. Westminster Abbey, or 20 Deans YD, is also worth a visit just for the oak coronation chair in which every British monarch has been crowned since 1301. At Westminster, hop on the tube back to Tower Hill. End your day at Dickens Inn, Marble Quay, St. Catherine's Way, E1, where you can enjoy the view of St. Catherine's Dock over a beer. You will find a grill restaurant on the second floor and a pizzeria on the second, should you get hungry. Day 2 in London. For the second day, a little less sightseeing is scheduled. Enjoy the day, the beautiful buildings, and admire the culture and atmosphere of London. On day 2, head towards the city center for an old-fashioned shopping session. For famous chains and brands and busy shopping streets, head to Harrods Shopping Centre, Oxford Circus and Piccadilly Circus. Portobello Road and Camden Markets offer a fun alternative for foodies, vintage and craft lovers. It is also fun to get on a boat from TRS. With this boat, you will sail to Greenwich in 35 minutes. On the way, you will be told all kinds of known and unknown facts about buildings and houses on both quays. Greenwich. Greenwich is notable for its maritime history and for giving its name to the Greenwich Meridian, 0 degrees longitude, and Greenwich Mean Time. The town became the site of a royal palace, the Palace of Placentia, from the 15th century, and was the birthplace of many Tudors, including Henry VIII and Elizabeth I. Directly on the Thames and Greenwich Pier is the Cutty Sark, King William Walk, Greenwich, a former British clipper built in 1869 and open to visitors between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. The Royal Observatory and Greenwich Mean Time. The steep walk to the Royal Observatory, Blackheath Avenue, is tough, but from there you do have a great view of London's new business district. For £9.50, you get access to the famous Greenwich Meridian, the international zero line that separates the eastern and western hemispheres. After you visit the Royal Observatory, stroll back down and dive into downtown Greenwich. In fact, Greenwich is also a fine neighborhood for foodies and vintage fans. There are plenty of restaurants and quaint cafes, shops where you can take a break from your busy days in London. Also, be sure to visit the indoor Greenwich Market, where you will find numerous food stalls from every corner of the world, in addition to vendors selling cards, jewelry, and posters. In the evening, go to a show in the West End. Billy Elliot, The Lion King, Lord of Dance, The Commitments, Stomp, or Harry Potter, the play for fans, all good for an evening's entertainment. London is a beautiful city where you can have a great time in a few days. I hope my tips helped you again. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content.